Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another gear review for you all, and I'm going to be doing it over my Tethered Phantom saddle. So I got into the saddle game this year, my first year ever doing it. Bought into it, one of my buddies did it last year and told me how good it was, and I knew I was going to be hunting the public land a lot and wanted to be really mobile, so I decided to buy it and go for it, and went with the Tethered Phantom. And honestly, just because my buddy used it and really liked it, and also he had like a good discount I could get with him, and basically just went with it. So yeah, so here it is, my Tethered Phantom saddle. I'll give you some of the specs on it. They say on their website, I think it weighs around 24 ounces, and it's rated for 300 pounds. And then the waist on the Phantom is 28 to 40 inches big. And basically, kind of looks like most saddles, to be honest with you. It's got nice webbing here up top. As you can see, I got carabiners, I got gear ties, all hooked here for carrying sticks and stuff. And it's actually got them on the bottom too. And then on top of that, it also has them in the inside of the top. Now, I don't know what you'd use that for. But I actually kind of never really looked at them that hard, but they're right there. So you actually have three webbing loops to use for whatever you want to use. And then I went with the buckle strap. Hold it up here for you all. On this saddle, they also have a rope waistband, but I wanted to do the buckle. I know it's more cumbersome and a little heavier weight. I think it's only adds like an ounce or two, and also you got the metal that clinks. But I mean, I'm putting this on when I'm at the truck, and then I cinch it, and that's pretty much it. And then I just loosen it once I'm actually get to the top of the tree to sit in my saddle, loosen it right there, and then I'm good. So it doesn't make any noise, and that's what I ran with, and I've really liked that so far. And then it comes with your bridge. Here's your bridge. So this is what you use your saddle out of, or you hook it to your tether, and you can make it as big as you want when you're sitting in it like this. And this kind of does your V shape here, hooks into your tether, and it goes all the way up to 30 inches of adjustability. And so I'm probably like midway on it is probably what I normally do on mine. And the other thing I forgot to mention is that this one does have your leg straps, obviously. So get them out of the way here. Let's see if I can do this for you all. Try to get everything else out of the way. But anyway, they're right here. These green things. Here's the connection right here. And they just they're actually, can be, I guess, a little bit difficult when you're trying to get them on and off, because it's not like a clip or anything. I don't know how many saddles actually do, but it's really not that bad. But it's a little bit tougher. It's been a while since I've done it. So it's just this gear thing, this little hook. So it just goes right here. It's easy to put on and slide on. I mean, it's good that it doesn't come off, because you don't want it coming off when you're sitting in your saddle. But these do not detach. I know some people really like that for walking in, but I've never had it. They're comfortable to me. I never had an issue with them either. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, it's a pretty standard saddle. That's kind of all the stuff on it. And as you can tell, I do have these pouches on it. So I bought these on Amazon. I think I bought the pack of 2 for, I don't know, $8 or $9. And super cheap. I think that's the way to go. I mean, you can buy them from the actual saddle places, but of course they're really high priced. So I just bought them. So my one saddle, I just keep my bridge and then my tether in. And then on the other saddle, I keep my hooks for my bow, especially when I'm on the public land, because you can't screw in, or you're not supposed to be if you are. This is my screw for my bag and my bow, or my hooks for my bag and my bow, and then I keep my bow rope in the other one. And I still have plenty of room where I normally would put my ring of steps, and usually I tie my ring of steps on this right one, and just kind of let them hang. And then on the back side here is where I got gear ties. I've been running gear ties because they're super cheap, and they're only like a couple, maybe like $6 for a pack of whatever. Super cheap, great option to go. Easily slide through your webbing here. And then I also do have like a carabiner for extra hooks and grabbing on stuff if I'm carrying extra stuff up. But But yeah, that's kind of the main, that's really all I have extra on the saddle. And I kind of like use these pockets honestly for all kinds of stuff when I'm in the tree, just like holding my phone and stuff, which is really nice. And just like another place to put your stuff and take out of your pack, especially when it's like rut, you can put your grunt call or can or whatever you need in there. And yeah, and so I'll just dive into the pros and cons. I really don't have a con actually on this saddle. I know some people would be like, "How can you not have a con?" I just haven't. The thing is, I've only had one saddle, so I have nothing to compare this to. But I've been really comfortable in it. Haven't had any issues with like like pinching on my sides, and it's just been really easy to learn from. I think it's a great saddle for a beginner saddle hunter, because I was this year, and once I bought it, I just started practicing with it and kind of picked it up pretty quick. It sits well on your waist and doesn't really move at all, and easy to adjust once you're up top of the tree when you're gonna actually start leaning, and loosen your belt to like really just lean into it. And yeah, like I said, just haven't had any issues. And one thing I would mention here is I think this saddle is geared towards leaners. So if you think you're going to be a leaning saddle hunter, more like propped up leaning against the tree instead of like sitting with your knees into the tree, like really sitting low and like having it like you're sitting down, this is probably more of that type of saddle. I think your 2-panel saddles are more of your sitting saddles, like the Latitude Method, I think, is their 2-panel. I don't know all of them. Or like the John Eberhart one, I think for tethered is a 2-panel one too. And I think it's more of geared towards sitting, because you kind of have one way lower and one higher on your back, and can like kind of like have back support on it. But you can definitely sit in this. Don't think you can't. You just gotta loosen your waist belt more, and you can just slide it underneath your butt and sit down. And I've done that plenty of times, so it's easy to adjust. I think it's a good option for either person, but definitely probably more geared towards your leaners. But definitely very happy with it. I haven't had any issues with it, and I'm going to run it again this year. I'm not going to switch. It worked really well. I'm just planning to try it out again. Everything's still intact. I haven't had anything tear up on me. As you can tell, it doesn't really look like it's been worn that much, but I mean, I had it out all season with me. I carried it, walked in miles with it all over the place, and yeah, it just still looks brand new, and it's held up really well. So we'll see how it holds up for year 2. But yeah, I highly recommend. And I don't know if I told you guys this, but the cost on this is $250. So it's definitely not a cheap saddle compared to some of the cheaper ones, but I don't know if it's really a really expensive saddle either. And I know they have deals, so you can probably get it for closer to $200 on some of their deal days or whatever. But I think they're all about that price, that $200 to $300 range. You can find some of the really cheaper saddles that are under $200, but you know, once you buy one, you're probably never going to buy another one. That's kind of what my thought is. So like I said, I'm going to keep running with it. And if you guys have any questions or are thinking about buying it, let me know and I can answer them for you. Cause like I said, I put a year behind it now and really happy with it. I'm going to be practicing with it all summer long again and have it back out next year, but stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.